The number one rules that I follow when I have to find SMMA clients is doing cold calls. Cold calls basically are the single best option for you when you have to find SMMA clients with zero budget on paid ads, on Facebook ads, or etc. You have to do cold calls like literally every day when you have to find clients. What I personally do is the day before that I have to do cold calls, I make a list of numbers. For example, like this. I make a list of numbers, basically with a bunch of numbers, bunch of names of the businesses. I do basically write down all the numbers that I have to cold call tomorrow. It's usually about 50-ish numbers, 50 to 70 numbers, but I have to cold call even more a day, about 100 numbers to get basically a client, to sign a client. And you have to do it on a daily basis. You have to cold call about 50 to 100 clients a day to get for example, to get one client. If you are new to the cold calls, it's gonna be larger numbers. For example, if you are new to cold calls and you don't have a good offer, it's gonna be really hard for you to get the client. But before you start doing cold calls, you have to learn how to sell. I mean, at the basic level, you have to learn how to do cold calls. You have to how you present your offer, what basically manners to use, what's your tonality, and etc. You have to learn all of them from, for example, the one who I learned the tonality and etc. about cold calls was Jordan Belfort. From basically, it's not the guy from Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, that's the real Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort, he has a YouTube channel. I just basically searched his name on YouTube. I found his channel and I basically learned all the basics of cold calls, the tonality, how I present my offer, how I present, etc. Everything, right? And after I learned how to present my offer and etc., I started making my offer. Who do I help? I help dentists to develop their personal brand on Instagram. I help to develop personal brands that helps them generate more leads and get more, basically to increase their revenue. Not just the personal brands that gives them some high numbers of views or subscribers, but the personal brand that helps them to generate leads, get more customers, and consequently get more, basically increase their revenue. So therefore, what I do after I have learned how to present my offer, I make the number of calls. Basically, I make the list of calls which I have to do cold call every day. When you have to do cold calls about 70-ish, 50-ish a day, you have to just sit down with your lists ready, sit down, focus, put your everything distractions away, put your computer, turn off your computer, turn off everything that distracts you, and do cold calls only. You have this number, for example, first number. You call first number, for example, hey, my name is this, I help this, I found you from Google Maps, from Yandex Maps, and etc. I personally find my clients from either Instagram, because it's SMMA, I just look for my niche, look for the people I need, businesses I need, look at their account. If they are not running their account on a high level or they are not running their account in any way, I just call them from their account or just cold DM them. Or when I just run out of accounts on Instagram, I can find the suitable ones. I get to the Yandex Maps. Yandex Maps is something like the Google Maps or Apple Maps, but that's which works in our region in Central Asia. So I just hop on the Yandex Maps. I found the businesses that are in my city, in Tashkent. I grab their numbers. I check if they are running their Instagram or no from their name. Then after I just collect these numbers, I start cold calling. I say them basically, hey, my name is this. I found you from Google Maps and I can basically, I'm calling you with an offer. If you can do it 30 seconds before you hang up, and they say, okay, go ahead. So after they say go ahead, I just start presenting my offer. My name is this, I work for this company, I help dentists to develop their personal brand on Instagram. I basically help dentists to develop personal brands which helps them to generate more leads, more customers, more revenue, not just some views or subscribers. So they get interested, all right, All right, either they say, all right, I'm a bit interested, or I don't know, what do you have to offer, or etc. So therefore, after my offer, I always ask them a question. So what do you think about running your personal brand, personal account? I ask them a close-ended question, not the open-ended question, which can be answered with the word yes or no. For example, are you planning to run your personal brand? I don't ask these type of questions because it can be answered with the one word, no, bam, fuck away, right? Fuck off, bro. I ask questions that are close-ended. For example, what do you think about running your own personal account? They may think like, oh, fuck off, bro. I'm not interested. But they might. It's not about. It cannot answer it with one word. No. What do you think? No. I mean, I think this. I think that. I think that. It's my opinion. I believe it can happen this and etc. They're gonna tell you their problem. After they tell their problem, you start basically giving solutions that you have. You start basically telling, okay, all right, we can solve it this way, we can solve it this way. And then they ask me the questions. For example, the questions like, oh, have you worked with this business? Have you worked with someone else in this niche, and etc. and etc. I basically reply them with, yes, we have worked with some business. I'm not lying. We have worked with this niche, we have worked with this business, etc. etc. Then how basically I get from cold calls to appointments is easier. I directly ask them, all right, man, if you are interested, if you want to basically get more details, let's meet in your office. I will go to your office. We can basically see each other, discuss every detail, how it works, what's the price, and etc. They will definitely ask you when you are cold calling the price. How much do your services cost? How much do your fucking services cost, right? But when people ask you these questions, I would recommend you to go away from these questions as strongly as possible, because when you say your price, even the interested clients, even the ones that can afford it, can basically turn you off. Why? Because they know the price, but they don't know what they buy for this price. So therefore, what I personally do is I tell them, all right, the price will vary from what you want, from your desires, from your requirements, and etc. etc. So therefore, we can basically meet somewhere in your office. I will basically listen to you, hear all the problems you have, hear all the issues, offers you have, your desires, and etc. And I will tell you the price that will get you, that will be the most suitable for you. Or in case the customer basically persists you on telling the price. For example, he tells, all right, tell me some price, maybe like some minimal price or the average check or the average price. I usually tell them the minimum price. For example, our minimum price is $600. Our minimum price is $590. Our minimum price is $800, right? I tell them the minimum price, and the ones that will not qualify will basically fall off, so you will not waste your time. And the ones that can afford it will call you to the meeting, to an appointment. So when you go there, you can close them, you can basically offer good services, and you can basically sell them, get their money, right? And that's basically everything. Cold calls, at first, they are gonna be really hard. Cold calls are gonna be fucking really hard. You will feel shy, terrible, awful, and etc. You will feel that you are basically interrupting someone when they are doing their work, or etc. I mean, in fact, yeah, you are interrupting someone when they are doing their work. I am interrupting someone when they are doing their work, especially if they are dentists. When I'm calling at 1 p.m., 12 p.m., when I'm calling at, I don't know, at 4 p.m., I'm just interrupting them. Yes, I am, but we cannot change anything, right? We have a cold call, we have to make fucking money, right? So you do cold calls, and out of 100 people, 90 of them are gonna say you, fuck off, bro, fuck off, I'm not interested, don't try to pitch me anything. I'm busy, I'm gonna call you in 20 minutes, I'm gonna call you in 30 minutes, and they will not fucking call, you know, and they will not fucking call. Yes, they might not say you fuck off, bro, but they tell you, I will call you after 20 minutes, I will call you in 20 minutes and 30 minutes, or I will call you, I'm busy right now, I'll call you afterwards, and etc. But they will not call, mate, they will not fucking call, like, I bet you. So therefore, you have to basically pick the numbers that told you they will call later, and basically write down you have to ask them, so in how many minutes I can call you, or what I learned when I was working in the call center. I basically worked in a call center, and we used to cold call hundreds of numbers every day, 120 numbers every day. It was like in the movie of Wolf of Wall Street, about 70 people, and we used to cold call. Each of the workers there had to cold call about 150 people a day, and what our managers taught us was basically, when people say I will call you later, we have to call them ourselves. We have to recall them ourselves. And the question majority of people ask, that's the big problem. The question that majority of people ask is, in how many minutes I can call you, in how many hours I can call you, or when I can call you. That's the huge fucking mistake. That's a fucking big mistake. You don't have to do it, you know? You have to determine time yourself. All right, sir, all right, ma'am. Can I call you in 30 minutes? Can I call you in 20 minutes? Can I call you in 1 hour? Or, all right, sir, my offer only works for 1 hour, so after 1 hour you cannot basically use it. Can I call you in 20 minutes? Can I call you in 30 minutes? And you basically add some scarcity, some urgency, and you cold call yourself, right? You recall yourself. So therefore, when you basically leave the recalling phase to the client, he will fucking ghost you. So therefore, leave it to yourself and recall it yourself. Also, when it comes to getting leads to cold calls, I would recommend you to read the book $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. I have this book here. Yep. Yeah. The $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. That's one of his, literally he has 2 books right now, except for the Gym Lunch, his 3rd book. I would recommend you to read this book, the $100 Million Offers. First one, you have to read this $100 Million Offers to get good at cold calling, to get good at selling, the Offers book. And then the second book you have to read is Leads. In the first book, you will learn how to make offers so good that people feel fucking stupid saying no. You cold call people, you say they offer, and people fucking feel stupid saying no. No, sir, they will feel fucking stupid, fucking dumb, you know? So therefore, the second book you have to read after you have read the $100 Million Offers is the Leads one. In Leads, you will learn how to generate potential clients for your business. It's gonna be Facebook ad, it's gonna be cold calling, it's gonna be, referrals, it's gonna be your friends. You will learn how to generate more clients using this book. I personally read this book, last year in 2024, and I have to reread it again, to remind myself what I have to do. I basically forgot something. So therefore, the challenge I set for myself and you at the end, the actionable step for you and me, is to do cold calls, basically at least 50 cold calls a day. You, the day before the cold call, make a list of numbers, make a list of names of businesses that you have to cold call tomorrow, so that when you wake up, when you come to the work, when you start cold calling, you have a ready list. So you don't have to spend time, waste your energy, waste your potential, waste everything to looking for numbers. So you make a ready list. So then you show up tomorrow and you start calling 111. Hey sir, her mom, her sir, etc., right? You start doing this, and that's it, bro. That's it. You just do cold calls. Try to make it as good as possible. Try to cold call like your life depends on it. For example, if you don't get any appointment from 50 meetings, from 50 cold calls, you will fucking die. You know, you will fucking die. You will lose something precious to you. I mean, I just do it. I used to do it when I worked as a cold call agent, as a sales agent, when I used to work in a cold call office. I used to treat every fucking call like as if my life depended on it, you know? So therefore I sold about, 60 short to about 70 pieces of our products, which costed about $50 in my country. And take point, you know, in my country, the average salary is $300. So I have to pitch them a product that costs $50 fucking dollars, you know? That's 1/6 of the average salary. And I sold about 70 of them. I mean, I was one of the best guys in the company, but when I have to pitch products like SMMA agents, SMMA services that cost on average about $1,800, that's a bit harder, but from cold calls comes everything, the confidence, the clients, the money. So therefore, start fucking doing cold calls from tomorrow. That's it.